Sergeant Gibby and A-Bomb in the house. A-Bomb is going to the game. He's got us locked in. We'll be going live in a little bit.
Set up. Give me a couple more minutes and I'll be with you guys. Keep the chat box rocking. All right. Let's see if we can get some action going on here. Yeah, I don't have my OBS set up yet. But we'll get that going here in a second. As Boston has got runners on first and third with 2 outs. And Sergeant Gibby will keep us updated on all the action down on the field while I get set up here. Yeah, I don't think A-Bomb has gone live yet this season. This is definitely my first live, and I only get to do nationally televised games because I don't get the Bally Sports. So this game tonight on TBS, like old times. So if TBS still broadcasts, I don't know if they still broadcast over the air in Atlanta, if they've got a regular old transmitter. If so, you could pick them up in Atlanta for free, which is very, very rare these days. So Kyle Wright has just walked. The bases loaded. All right. One small impossible feat at a time for me. Let's see if I can get this webcam on. Then I'll work on the scoreboard. But let's see what's going on in the chat box. Wright has to wiggle his way out of this. You got that right. And there's a nice strike from Kyle Wright. 0-1. I'm sorry, there's 1 out. Did I say 2 outs? There's 1 out. So we need a double play here. Yeah, I'll take a sac fly, Gibby. And there is going to be a grounder up the middle. 1 run will score. One to nothing, Boston. Base is still loaded with 1 out. All right, well, hopefully, Sergeant, he'll settle down for us. And There's a mound meeting going on. So while they're doing that, I'm going to try to get the webcam going. I haven't messed with my OBS in so long. It's been 190 days since I streamed live. So I'm trying to have to remember how to do all this. Boom, boom, boom. As that mound meeting is over. OBS 101. How do I install a webcam? Jesus Christ. All right. Bases loaded. Kyle Wright. Sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Bradley Jr. batting for the Sox. I thought for some reason this game was in Boston, but we are in Atlanta. This is funny, A-Bomb. Now I've got promos at work running saying, "Hey, we're at Fenway tonight." I'm gonna have to fix that for tomorrow's game. Oh, someone wrote it on the schedule wrong. All right, 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Well, that's not it. All right, I think we've got the webcam just about ready here. Oh, I missed that. What happened? Bradley's down on the ground. What? Oh, he had a slide out of the way. That one almost hit him right around the ankles, or the shins, really. So got to dust him off a little bit there. He's playing the Morton game right now. Yeah, Boston's come in. I think they've lost like 6 in a row. So they're kind of due. Full count. Whenever I see a team with that many losses, it's like, I don't want to play him. And let's get this. What kind of crap do I got on the screen? And he just walked in a run. So it's 2-0. Wow, and there's a webcam. Holy shit. Next, we'll get that scoreboard up and going. So the Braves in trouble here early in the game. 2-0 Boston. The bases still loaded for the Red Sox. And that's going to be hit to Austin Riley. He throws it home for 1. That's all they're going to get, but they get the leading lady at home. Nicely done, Austin Riley. Braves trivia question. What Atlanta Braves slugger... Oh, hang on a second. What Atlanta Braves slugger last Friday night had 3 strikeouts, all caught looking? That's tonight's Braves trivia question. Sponsored by treasurehunt.ga, and I don't think I've got that URL working. I'm going to have to get the old long URL. Okay. Big pitch right here. And that gets tagged deep center field and gone. Grand slam for Boston. 6-0 Red Sox. Ooh, well, we're gonna have our work cut out for us tonight, but there's plenty of time left in this game. It could have been one of those games where each team scores like a baker's dozen. That's what I'm thinking. But like I said, I don't want to face a team that's on a 6-game losing streak because they're due. So we might just get clobbered. All right, we got 3 viewers in the house. Welcome aboard, everybody. A-Bomb's live at the game with some on-the-field reporting. He'll be interviewing Dansby Swanson. So tune into the post-game show. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good change up there. Can we do 2 Braves trivia questions on one show? All right, another Braves trivia question on the way. The 1-2 pitch just outside. Well, a week ago last Friday, so I guess that's a week and a half ago, the Braves were playing the Texas Rangers. What Atlanta Braves player circled the wagons? That's going to be grounded to Riley, who's going to double hop that for the out. Nice scoop from the first baseman. Correct, Sergeant Gibby. It was Travis Demeritte who circled the wagons with a inside-the-park home run versus the Texas Rangers. I'll have a regular Braves trivia question every game. I've been writing Braves trivia questions for work, so I'll use that content. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout from Kyle Wright. And that does end the inning. But the needle and the damage done as the Sox put 6 on the board in the second. With a salami. Oh, it's a commercial for the General, and they've got, I forget the guy's name, Mr. Douchebag, the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy. You cannot say, let's get ready to rumble. He will sue your ass. Big time. Not a fan. I forgot what that guy's name is. I'll look him up. But good to see he's in a shitty TV commercial for the General. With Shaquille O'Neal, who will do a commercial for anything. We are in a break right now, y'all, so let's get this scoreboard going. Michael Buffer. Maybe I'm saying there's a little buffering going on. I have it on low latency, not ultra low latency. Yeah, I mean, let me know if you notice any bad buffering going on. Oh, that's the guy's name, Michael Buffer? Maybe let me look that up. Oh, yeah, you're right. Michael Buffer, American announcer. American ring announcer for boxing, professional wrestling, and National Football League matches. Michael Buffer comes in at a height of 6'0". Why is that on his Wikipedia page? He's 77 years old. So good. He'll be dead soon. I don't have to worry about getting sued by his ass. Well, I won't Google all the people he sued. All right, Braves at bat now. There's Travis d'Arnaud, and the Boston pitcher Whitlock is a Georgia native. Grew up in Snellville, Garrett Whitlock, and he played ball in Lilburn. And there's a single to right for d'Arnaud. Runner on first. There you go. Sergeant Gibby says we got to score now, and that's a good start. Their pitcher also played ball at Alabama. I'll try not to hold that against him. Ta-da! And there's a scoreboard. All right, d'Arnaud with a small lead off first. The pitch right down the pipe. 0-1 to Duvall. Is Duvall playing center field tonight? Did I hear that right? I feel like that's not a great choice for center field. Swing and a miss. Duvall tried to unload, but comes up empty. 0-2. Now it's good to dust off the rust, get back on the air. Our Braves trivia question last Friday night. What Brave slugger was caught looking 3 times? He was struck out 3 times without getting the bat off his shoulder. And the answer is Austin Riley. And that's going to be an inside-out swing, slow roller. They're going to have one play. Just got Duvall at first. Bit of a dick trickle there, so runner on second now with 1 out. And Braves Trivia is sponsored by treasurehunt.ga. What's that, Producer Beth? Yeah, treasurehunt.ga does not actually work anymore. I apologize about that. We will get that ready next game. And I don't think I can get that link back. I guess I waited too long to renew it. Low and away. And there is Travis Demeritte at bat. Mr. Inside the Park home run. Counts for one of his 2 home runs this year and one of his 3 RBIs. He's going to take that strike. 1-1 to Demeritte. Looks like a pretty good crowd at Truist tonight. Demeritte goes the other way for a base hit. That's going to put d'Arnaud at first and third. So he hit that just about the same place d'Arnaud did, though. They're going the other way on Whitlock. We've got 2 in the house. Welcome aboard. I mean, I knew, Gibby, that going live, I'm probably not going to get a lot of viewers because it's been so long since I've been on. But national games, I'm going to be doing some more of those. I can't remember the last time we saw the Braves play on TBS. Turner Broadcasting. High strike, 0-1. First and third, 1 out for the Braves. Dansby Swanson at bat. Yeah, I heard he's been struggling a little bit. Defensively, not, though, is what I understand. Again, I don't get to see as many games as I liked. I listen to a lot on radio, though. But I do recall Dansby had some heroics earlier this season, so. Oh, and 2 count. First and third. Dansby holds his back on that one, holds his bat on that one for a ball. I mean, that ball wasn't close to the strike zone, and it looked like Dansby was doing everything he could not to swing at it. Yeah, just looking at him right now, it looks like he is poised to swing at anything. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch to Dansby. Foul. Swing and a miss. Dansby down on strikes on the high heater. 2 away. So the Braves have runners on first and third. We really need to get some of them across as we're down by 6 early. Acuna at bat. Let's see if he can rip the cover off a ball and get us right back in this game. Way outside. 1-1 to Acuna. Oh, I need to share this on our Facebook group page. Outside, Acuna, good eye. 2-1 count. Well, Gibby, the Braves are known for straining runners. All right, timeout for Acuna. All right, let's drop this link in our Facebook group page, the Atlanta Braves play-by-play reaction stream page on Facebook as Acuna swings and misses, 2-2. The 2-2 from Whitlock. Oh, that's low and in the dirt, and Acuna strikes out. Chase that one. Braves leave 2 on, nothing doing. 6-0, Sox. And we are in a break right now. I don't know how old you are, Sergeant Gibby, but do you still feel like you're old enough to eat and drive at the same time? Here's our question of the day. Can you still eat and drive at the same time? I can, but I'm starting to get, I'm 48 now. I can sort of now kind of see when I get older that I might not be able to do that. I mean, I could probably eat a 3-course lobster thermidor and T-bone steak while I drive down 285, no problem. But man, I figure by the time I'm 70 or 80, I won't be able to do that anymore. I'll have to focus on my driving. When I see old people driving, I never see like an 80-year-old guy eating his lunch while he drives. Usually they're white knuckled. They're just trying to stay on the road. They're doing their best not to plow through a crowd of people at a farmer's market on a Sunday morning. One time I saw this Chinese girl driving down the road eating a plate of spaghetti. I mean, she's twirling her fork and everything. I was pretty impressive, actually. I've got that link posted on our Facebook page now, so I'm sure people start pouring on in. Don't hold your breath, Gibby. Listen, Gibbs, when the ninth inning comes around and we make a heroic comeback, we'll be here. You'll be here. I'll be here. Even if it's just us. You know, A-Bomb is down at the game. If the Braves come back, I bet A-Bomb is going to storm the field. He's going to run onto the field. I think that's on his bucket list. I mean, they'll arrest you and you'll have to, like, go to jail. And I guess you just, like any other thing, you get bailed out. So, I mean, sounds scary getting arrested. It's probably not so bad. Nice pitch there from Kyle Wright to start the third inning, 0-1. He got rocked last inning, gave up 6, including a grand slam home run. Bogarts with a base hit. So nobody out. Runner on first. Not Kyle Wright's night. They ban you. Maybe they do ban you from the stadium for life, but how do they enforce that? How do you enforce? I hear people being banned from stadiums, but how do you enforce that? Because when I go to a stadium, they're not checking my ID. You don't have to have a driver's license to buy a ticket. How can they possibly enforce that? So with that in mind, I think A-Bomb should go nuts, storm the field. Or do it at a stadium that you're probably not going to be back at, right? Go to an away game if that's on your bucket list. People who sneak into the Super Bowl end up getting banned for life. You're banned, Jerry. You're banned. Or Larry. Larry, yeah. If you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry gets banned all the time. You're banned. I've been banned from Truist Park. You're banned.
You're banned.
I'd say the Boston players all have good names. Bogart, Vertigo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but good names, good baseball names. Well, Kyle Wright, if he's in the last 3 more innings, he's going to have to turn it around pretty quickly. Yeah, I guess 6 runs will mess up your ERA this early in the season. He was 3-1 coming into the game with a 1.74 ERA. That is out the window now. And there's a high fly ball to deep center field, and that should be out number 1. Runner stays at first. What's hard to eat while you're driving is the taco from Taco Bell. I make a big mess every time. But I don't want to eat a soft taco. I mean, those Taco Bell shells are about to are going to disintegrate once you take a bite out of it anyway. High and tight as a ball, 1-0. Yep, let's get that double play. Those tacos are soggy as hell and crumple. They always have that soggy bottom. Yeah, right, Sergeant Gibby. So you really have to eat that taco in the car ASAP, because even if you live 2 blocks away, by the time you get home, open it up, get your sauce on, the damn thing, the soggy bottom's going to get you. We need to invent a way around that. But first, the 2-0 pitch to Story. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Another great last name. Maybe Taco Bell should put the meat on the side and let you kind of build your own taco when you get home. Or maybe there's some sort of chemical they can spray on the shell to make it stay crunchy. That's popped straight up. Yeah, first baseman has that for out number 2. So runner on first for Boston, 2 outs here in the third as the Sox maintain a 6-0 lead. What do they put, lacquer on it? Well, I mean, what are you going to put on a taco shell? Or maybe they. I think if you order like the real fancy taco, like the Dorito tacos, sometimes they put it in like a kind of like a stand, a taco stand. And that helps a little bit. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Cordero. Those chemicals are already brewing in your stomach the second you consume it. I don't want more. I guess we'll just have to start ordering soft tacos when we drive. Outside, 1-1. Man, I'll order a Nachos Bel Grande. I mean, that's the messiest thing you could eat while you drive. Pizza is kind of hard to eat while you drive. A big piece of pizza. The Little Caesars has the lunchbox specials, which is 4 slices of the square pizza. That's the only square pizza they have, I think. It's $5. You get a soft drink and a huge personal square Napoleon pizza. That I can kind of eat while I drive. Maybe they do have laxatives in the Taco Bell. The 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. So it's 3-1 count to Cordero. Runner on first, 2 outs for the Sox. Chopper pulled foul. Full count. We got 1 like. Thank you very much. The payoff pitch coming up. Ball 4. He's not going to get out of this inning anytime soon, I guess. 2 on now, 2 out, as the Sox are threatening again. I mean, A-Bomb has bad luck when he goes to games. How many games has he been to where the Braves were already down by a bunch before he even got in his seat? And that sucks because those tickets aren't cheap. I don't think I could afford a game at Truist. I don't got that A-Bomb money. And there's a strike. Yeah, it would be a shame, Sergeant, if Kyle Wright, if that, his excellence so far this season up until today is just a fluke. Hopefully this is just a fluke. Umpires wearing their FTX-sponsored jersey. FTX, the official crypto of Major League Baseball. The pitch, that's in there. 1-1, nice pitch on the inside corner there. And if you've been following the crypto market, like the rest of the stock market, it is in the toilet. Some might say that's a tremendous buying opportunity. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch number 58 from Kyle Wright here in the third. That's fouled off 1-2. Catcher Christian Vasquez batting now. Let's go to get this strike and get out of here. Kyle Wright with the 1-2 pitch. Chopper to Riley. He scoops it up, and that will be it. Out number 3. So Kyle Wright got out of that jam, but he had to put up a lot of pitches to do it. And Sergeant Gibby's going to keep an eye on the Nats-Mets game tonight. All right, I'm going to get a beverage, and I'll be right back. The Braves will be batting next. Welcome back to Truist. As the Sox are leading the Braves 6-0. Matt Olson at bat. Fouls that off, counts 1-1. And I understand, I believe this is the second Braves game that's been on TBS so far this year. TBS is doing baseball every Tuesday, and I believe they'll have some more Braves on this season. If the Braves are on TBS, ESPN, or Fox, I should be able to get that. But it's all going to be internet delay. I'm watching over my Roku device. If they play on NBC or CBS, I can get that live. Yeah, I don't have cable. I fired the cable company. Outside, 2-2. So I hope our delay isn't too annoying. Matt Olson with a .271 average last year and 39 home runs. Still big shoes to fill replacing Freddie Freeman. Olson launches one deep right center field, off the wall, and a double. Now, last inning we left 2 on. Let's get Olson across home plate. All right, good start to the bottom of the third for the Braves here. Runner on second, nobody out. I thought that one was going to leave the yard. Let's see where that hit off the top of the padding fence, right below the brick facade. Another big slugger at bat now for the Braves. Austin Riley, count 1-0 to Austin. Who's been handling the slider very well this year. That's just caught the outside corner for a strike. Austin Riley in a bit of a slump himself. He barely gets a piece of that one. It goes foul. 1-2. Oh, that's over the catcher's head. Goes to the backstop. Runner advances to third. So Olson on third, nobody out. And a 2-2 pitch to Austin Riley coming up. And their neighbor's dog going bananas. I love dogs, but they're so fucking noisy. Whitlock takes too much time. Austin Riley steps off the base. Outside slider. He lays off that. Full count. The pitch. Walked him. Good eye, Austin Riley. So first and third now. Nobody out. There's going to be a meeting on the mound with Whitlock and the Boston coaching staff, so they're going to talk about it. All right, it looks like we're ready for baseball again as Ozuna steps in. There is a strike to Ozuna. Downstairs, 1-1. I wondered this year if I would be making a lot of jokes at Ozuna's expense. First and third, nobody out. 1-1 pitch, foul, or is that going to be fair? Is it going to be in play? Towards the corner. Oh, and that's going to be caught for the out right in the corner of the field. And nobody tags up. Runner does tag up. 1 run scores. Olsen scores. Riley stays at first. Well, Bradley Jr. covered a lot of ground to track that one down. See exactly where did he catch this thing. He did catch that in fair territory. There is just very little room. There's like 5, maybe 5 feet, maybe 1 or 2 steps of foul territory before you have a wall there, so that's very little foul territory, which is probably good if you're the batter. And Ozzy's gonna foul or hit that the other way for out number 2. Well, Ozuna did get an RBI sac fly. Okay, I think I figured out how these scoreboards work on this Streamlabs OBS. Throw over to first. Not in time. All right, Darno fouls that one off. We're not making great contact. We had the run this inning, but overall we're not hitting Whitlock very sharply. I would say it could be a long night for the Braves offense. Looks like a great night in Atlanta. I would love to be out in the ATL on a night like this. He did not go around. High ball, 1-1. I'm knowing A-Bomb, he probably is taking the day off from work tomorrow. So I guess that's actually smart. A lot of people will go to a day game and call it a businessman special. But if you really want to enjoy yourself, go the night before and take the next day off. You can stay up as late as you want. It'll make that game kind of feel like a Saturday night. 2-1 to Darno. Runner on first. 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Braves down 6-1 here in Atlanta versus the Boston Red Sox. A 2-game series. And that is just barely a strike. 2-2 to Darno. I'm not even paying attention to what Whitlock is throwing. He's got 70 pitches on the night, but he's giving the Braves batters fits. Yeah, that's low. Full count. And we've got a crypto update coming up after the next pitch. I just got a push notification from Robinhood. We're waiting on the payoff pitch to Travis d'Arnaud. Full count, runner on first. We could certainly use an extra base hit right here. Hell, let's get a walk right here. d'Arnaud's going to hit that one pretty well. Can he split the gap? It's out of here. Home run, Travis d'Arnaud. And Sergeant Gibby is breathing the fresh air, new life into the Atlanta Braves. That was good wood. It wasn't, the big home run swing. You could see a home run coming a mile away. It just looked like a normal swing. Yeah, that was a little bit of an inside-out swing, like he was trying to go the other way, but out it went to left center field, to the second row. And you can see a blonde Red Sox fan cheering to d'Arnaud home run. A blonde female fan. Well, holy shit, I was not expecting that, so great job, d'Arnaud. And welcome into the chat box. David McComber is in the house. Welcome in, David. You may have just heard a two-run home run from Travis d'Arnaud right here on the Bone Crusher Show, bringing the Braves within 3. So how did we get here, David? Boston had a grand slam. Was that in the second inning? That's called a strike, but that was outside. 2-1. And I did promise y'all that quick crypto update. I just got notified that Ethereum is up 5% to $2,376 per coin. The 2-1 pitch, 3-1. So Whitlock has lost his sharpness. He's got 76 pitches. Well, that seems like a lie. That doesn't seem right. Has he really had that many pitches tonight? Here in the third, and there's a walk. I think the way I think I'm seeing the game is a little different than the actual game. So Whitlock, the Georgia native, I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to keep him in. If he gives up another run here, that might be it. I can't remember the umpire's name, Gibby, but when they announced him at the stadium, they announced him incorrectly. Swing and a miss. Travis Demeritte, 1 for 1 on the night at bat. And they said it was Angel Hernandez, the hated umpire, and the crowd booed him, but that's not who is the balls and strike come tonight. Another swing and a miss from Demeritte. I mean, the way I see that, those last 2 pitches, I guess those were both sliders. Demeritte's kind of chasing it a little bit. Not really great pitches. Throw over to first, not in time. Oh, and 2 count coming up to Travis Demeritte. Outside. I'm sure the coaching staff had the red light there. And if you missed tonight's Braves trivia question, what Atlanta Braves player circled the wagons about a week and a half ago on a Friday night game versus the Brewers? And he's at bat right now. Travis Demerit had an inside the park home run in that Friday night game. I think we went on to win that. I can't remember. But the Brewers came in really hot. And I do believe if we don't win that game, we win the series. And you always want to play a hot team like that really well. And strikeout. That's going to end the third. But the Braves answer with 2 off a d'Arnaud ding-dong. Cut the lead to 3. So looks like we still got ourselves a game. And again, Ethereum is up 5% to 2,376. However, that is nothing to get excited about. It is down huge. But if you're looking to buy some, that is a great buy price if you think it's going to be a great long-term investment. But we don't know how far the market's going to crash right now. If Bitcoin falls any further, we could see another up to 30-40% fall. It's it's beyond Thunderdome out there in the market. All the blue chip stocks are down. It's rough waters. Let me go get a beverage, and we'll get back to Braves and Boston in just a moment. Tonight's game is sponsored by Beth's Treasure Hunt. All right, would y'all like me to review a product? I know, right? I'm going to put this on the big screen while we are in a break here. I'm having some Dole tropical fruit in a jar. And it comes with some papaya, pineapple. What else is in there but papaya? I mean, papaya sounds like a fun, delicious fruit, but it's not. Papaya is like the fucking potato of fruit. It is bland and boring. I don't know. Some people really get off on papaya. All right. We're back underway here, top of the 4th. Kyle Wright still in the game. He's actually got less pitches than Whitlock. Glad to have everybody aboard across Braves country. You know, seeing the game on TBS reminds you of what Ted Turner did to make the Braves nationwide. I tell you what, for the rest of the inning, to honor that, I will do the game as with my impression of Skip Carey. How do you like that? And there's a strikeout as Bradley Jr. sits down. If one more person calls me to ask how to get a pitcher's ERA, I'm going to walk out of here live on the air. That's a pretty shitty Skip Carey impression. Yeah, Gibby. I think Kyle Wright's probably fired up about that homer that d'Arnaud had, and he's probably got the testosterone flowing, so I think he wants to shut him down. There's a slow roller, and Ozzy digs it out, fires to first in time. Great defensive charge from Ozzy to field that one. That was a serious dick a trickle. So, yeah, I think Kyle Wright's going to be energized and make some nice pitches here. Heck, he might outlast Whitlock. All right, David is still with us. Let's see what David's got going on in the chat box here after this pitch. This is the guy that had the grand slam, I think. Missed the days of like 110 games a year on TBS. Yeah, David, you're right. Yeah. Which kills me because I'm out of market now. I don't live in Georgia anymore. That's in the dirt. And even if I had cable, I would probably be stuck with Marlin games. And there's nobody subscribing for that. Just outside, 2-1. Reset. It's top of the fourth. Boston up 6-3. 2 outs. Nobody on and a 2-1 count. Oh, and that's going to be a called strike, even though it missed the plate wildly. Yeah, you're right, Gibby. This umpire, not that great. And I haven't kept up with the absolute latest on the laser strike zones and the robot umps. Uh-oh, that's going to be hit opposite way. One hopper off the wall, and then it just falls flat right there on the track. And that's going to be a double. A grand slam and a double. So is TBS still over the air? Can you get TBS with just an antenna if you live in Atlanta? Maybe not. Yeah, I think I looked that up recently. You can't. I think chopper foul. Yeah, coming up after the game, we're going to have Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on TBS. My shitty Skip Carey impression. Yeah, it seemed like they were always showing that movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. 0-1 pitch coming up. Right, takes a sign, checks the runner, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 72 pitches on the night for Kyle Wright, and we're only in the fourth. Taking these games off TBS, I think, overall a detriment to the organization, to the fan base. Sure, they get more money, doing it. That's a strikeout. That will end the top of the fourth. Caught looking. All right, let me get that scoreboard back up. Sorry about that. All right, we are in a break. Thank you with the info there, Sarge. It's Swanson, Acuna, and Olsen coming up to bat. So, this is my first game back of the season, and I see that we got a DH, even though we're at home. Sergeant Gibby probably knows the deal with that. I probably sound dumb, but yeah, I didn't know. I'm surprised. I didn't know I was going to see a DH situation. Is it DH? Is that just because it's an interleague game, or they're not DHing? Oh my God, no! I guess I hadn't noticed that, but subconsciously. Ah, well, that's very disappointing. And I guess and the Ghost Runner is back again this year, which actually slows down the game. They do that. They give you that runner on second in extra innings to speed it up, the game supposedly, but the pitcher goes into a shortened stance, right? The the game is managed as someone's in scoring position, and it comes to a screeching halt. It slows it way down. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about getting rid of the shift. That I don't know where I stand on that. I mean, on one hand, I guess it's gotten ridiculous, but with all the analytics, yet if you can't go the other way, screw you. If you're a hitter and you can't go the other way, and they're going to play you with a shift, that's on you. So I presume the motive of that is for higher scoring games, more excitement, more fans, more viewers. I'm sure batters will be relishing the idea of no shift. So if you're a hitter, you don't have to be able to go the other way so much. If you're a pitcher, you don't have to play both sides. You don't have to be a complete player. So I got to think those are bad choices for the game. And look what the cat dragged in. Welcome in A-Bomb, our moderator at large, live from Truist Park. And he reports that he got a Big Mac and a quarter pounder, 2 for $6. You telling me you got that at the game? No, I won't believe that for a second. You must have got that outside the park. And really, are you going to eat a Big Mac and a quarter pounder in one sitting? You got somebody with you? And Dansby's going to try to dig that one out, but that's going to be a call for an out. He pops that one up to center field. One away. Well, as the Braves fans have done over the years, if it appears to be a blowout, they'll leave the game. So I thought you were at the stadium. Acuna's at bat now. One out, nobody on. That was a funny comment from Sergeant Gibby. Let me go back there. Joe West, he says Joe West was on a podcast, and that's what he said. Hitters are too stupid to go the other way. I'm just reading your comments here in the chat box, guys. Well, maybe I'm just an old boomer. But yet again, I want a laser strike zone. I don't mind a robot ump, or I don't mind giving the umpire those tools. That's high. 2-2 to Acuna. But I don't want a ghost runner. I don't want to take away the shift. I don't want the DH. And that's weird because I've listened to a lot of games on radio this year, and I have not heard Ben Ingram or Joe Simpson, whoever, say one thing. And those guys probably hate it. And last season they were vocal about it, and now they haven't said a thing. But if you're a broadcaster for the Atlanta Braves, part of your contract is to paint a rosy picture, to always put on a happy face, right? Or a pro-Braves face. Gibby not happy with the umpiring tonight. Acuna fouls that one off, still 2-2. So you may have missed our question of the night, A-Bomb. Speaking of your 2 for 6 Big Mac quarter pounder deal, which is that is a recession buster. How old do you think you're going to be and you can still eat and drive? That's inside. Did that hit Acuna? May have hit the ump. Yeah, that got a piece of the ump, I think. Full count. So I can still eat and drive. And I probably talked about this before. But I can envision a day where I'm too old to eat and drive, or I can't manage it anymore. Looks like the umpire is going to be okay, and we're going to get this game back going anymore. We're going to get this game going again. I mean, I could eat a lobster thermidor and a T-bone steak and a loaded baked potato going around I-285 at 80 miles an hour, no problem. Inside, full count to Acuna. But by the time I'm 80, I'll have to be purely focused on my driving. Acuna makes good wood, and that gets by the shortstop, and a single for the Braves with one out in the bottom of the fourth. After the game, we'll be watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know if I actually ever watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang after the game. But I always thought it was hilarious because a little kid, it sounds like he's saying Shitty Shitty Bang Bang. Well, I guess that is Shitty Shitty Bang Bang, or is it Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Regardless, I missed the TBS days too, David. Matt Olson batting for the Braves. And that's outside, 1-0 from Danish, whatever the fuck his name is. Their bullpen is out now, so that's the 3 nights for Whitlock. Three innings for Whitlock tonight. The Georgia native, grew up in Snellville, played ball in Lilburn. Not in a short night in front of a home audience. His family and friends are in the stands. But he does leave with a 6-3 lead. I don't think he can get the win. Maybe he can get the win. But don't you have to go like 4 or 5 innings though? So yeah. Foul ball. I've seen people eating plates of spaghetti while they drive. Reading newspapers. Now, me and Gibby were talking about trying to eat a Taco Bell taco while you drive. That's always a challenge. Oh yeah, and I'm eating papaya, the potato with fruits. Well, that should be everything you missed. You ate the Big Mac and the quarter pounder in one sitting. That's impressive. I guess when you're buying the 2 for $6, it's like, well, I could get one Big Mac for $5.85, or get 2 sandwiches and and snarf them down, you know. That's your choice there. Whenever producer Beth says, "What's for dinner?" I'll go something, something, 2 for 4. Strikeout. Down goes Olson. 2 away. What's for dinner? Something, something, 2 for 5. Ew. Welcome to the Bone Crusher Show. Tuesday night baseball. The Braves on TBS. And it's like old times. Riley at the plate. Just outside. 1-0. Our other Braves trivia question tonight. What Atlanta Braves slugger last Friday had 3 strikeouts caught looking each time? And if you missed that earlier, the answer is Austin Riley, who is in a slump. Now this game, I've decided that kind of the format would be slightly different. I know it probably doesn't seem any different, but it's going to be a little less play-by-play, a little more reaction and hanging out. Austin Riley hits that one hard, but they're going to field it, throw out the leading lady at second, and end the 4th. Nothing doing for the Braves in the 4th inning. I mean, if you're 80 years old trying to eat and drive, you're just going to end up plowing through a bunch of people at a farmer's market and killing some folks. Yeah, how old do you think you'll be when you have to stop eating and driving? Did you eat those Big Macs and Quarter Pounder in the car while you're driving? You probably didn't. You probably got it at the McDonald's right by your place. Probably like a exit away from Sugarloaf. I think I know that McDonald's. And I use the McDonald's app lately because you get some extra deals on their app. So I had a free, no strings attached Big Mac a couple weeks ago just for using the app. That was a sweet deal. Skip Carey old commercials. Yeah, those, I forgot it was Verizon, but yeah, he would talk about internet speed. He had no clue. But, you know, if you're going to write a script for radio, don't write KBPS. Write it out. However you want him to say it. You want to say kilobytes per second? Write out fucking kilobytes per second. So, who wrote that, right? And Skip Carey wasn't going to go back and say, "Oh, hey, could you please get, what is this?" Skip Carey's just going to say, "Fuck it, I'm going to read it as it is. Screw y'all, I'm going home." I guess I'm the only one who's ever thought about how old I'll be while I'm driving and eating. It's a little more challenging now. Still doable. Kyle Wright still in the game, and he comes out. It looked like a strike to me, and it is. And that is going to be a single as Bogarts finds a way to get that in. I don't just say happy birthday. More on that after this pitch. And Vertigo hits that one deep, but Acuna jumps and stabs it for the out. Runner has to go back to first, one away. I don't just say happy birthday. So like if you're on Facebook and you see, oh, so-and-so's having a birthday, and you go check their wall, it's just a string of happy birthday, and that's all people say. Put a little effort into it, you know? If someone's going to post happy birthday on my wall, that's great and all, but if you don't put something in there, it doesn't do anything for me. And if I take, and I never, hardly ever say happy birthday to people on Facebook. It's like I'm so over that. But if I do take the time, it's gonna be funny as fuck. Throw over to first, not in time. Yeah, right, producer Beth. You'll roast him. Well, I want to be roasted at my funeral. All right, the pitch. Ooh, inside. So it's 1-0 to Story. Runner on first, one out. We're in the fifth. Boston up 6-3. If you missed how we got here, it included a grand slam for the Sox back in the second. But Travis d'Arnaud had a 2-run homer to answer that and keep us in this game. And that's going to be a line drive out. So Ozzie, it was hit hard, but Ozzie is there. 2 outs. Kyle Wright with 78 pitches. We weren't sure he was going to get this far into the game after that grand slam. Verizon Home Internet with 128 kbps. Swing and a miss. Of course, Skip Carey, the longtime Brave announcer. He also did play-by-play for the Hawks. Did he do? I think he did some Falcons. No, he didn't do any Falcons. That was the Georgia announcer who actually did a little bit of Falcons way back when. But Skip Carey also did the Goodwill games. And if you want to see some funny shit on YouTube, go look at videos of Skip Carey doing play-by-play at the Goodwill games, trying to announce a boxing match with these last names that he has no idea. You know, he's probably him and the other guy are probably, you know, buzzed anyway, so they're just having a great time calling a bullshit boxing rink at the Goodwill games. But back to Truist, as that one gets away, that pitch is in the dirt and the runner advances. d'Arnaud did an okay job to cover it and smother it, but Kyle Wright is going to get probably credited with a wild pitch there. Well, maybe not, as that actually caught d'Arnaud. It was, I say that's got to be on Wright, because that bounced in front of, or that hit the ground first, though. Not that it fucking matters. 1-2 pitch to Cordero. Runner on second. Upstairs. 2-2. So Kyle Wright's been in jam after jam tonight. And he finds himself in another one here in the fifth. With a runner on second. And we're already down by 3. Fouled. And that looked like a hanging curveball. 2-2. with the cat dragged in. Keckerman's in the house. Welcome in, Keckerman. It's been 190 days. Good to see you. That's how long it's been since my last live stream. Upstairs, full count. Runner on second, takes his lead. Right comes set, checks the runner, kicks, fires, ball 4. Is that a smart remark there from Kecker? Yeah, we were all worried sick. Like, oh no. Yeah, if Bone Crusher never goes live again on YouTube, it is not going to be a great loss to humanity. All right? No one's going to lose any sleep about that. The human Peanut's coming to the mound for a visit. We'll see if he's going to give him the hook or not. Well, they're just chatting about it. They're going to leave Kyle Wright in. Nope, that's it. Here comes the Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen with 500 kbps upload and 7,800 kbps sideways. You'll be watching internet porn with blazing speeds from Verizon. That's still a shitty Skip Carey impression. All right, well, let's get a crypto check for you during the break. We had a notification earlier. Ethereum was up 5% to 2,376, but that is at a dangerously low level. Let's see where Bitcoin is right now. That's really the index. That's really what you got to watch is the Bitcoin. Ethereum 2,345. And Bitcoin, it's about 30,900. Remember when Bitcoin was at 60,000? Remember when Ethereum was at over 4,500? Eventually, it's going to get back there. We don't know if it's going to be this year. We don't know if Bitcoin falls below 30, it's probably going to go down to 28, 25. That's the next level support. And then after that, we've got support again at 21,000. I've taken out a position on Ethereum, so I'm trying to just hold that and wait for the market to come back. It could be a week, it could be a month, we could enter a crypto winter. Could be a while. All right, we're coming back to Truist now. And next thing, or next crypto update, I'll let you know what's going on with Doge. I do have an official launch date for Doge 1. That's the night for Kyle Wright. He is toast. Jesse Chavez comes in, no wins, no losses, a 3.95 ERA in 13.2 innings. And those are some goofy-looking glasses on Chavez. And he comes in throwing strikes. 0-1. A-Bomb hoping Doge hits $1. Coming up, I'll tell you why Doge hitting $1 is not that likely. At least not, what the fuck do I know? Because Elon Musk is a big believer in that, and I would not bet against Elon Musk. That's why no matter what, I'm going to hold some Doge. 1-1 count. But anyway, back to the game. We'll get to that during the breaks. One in one to Vasquez. Chavez versus Vasquez. That's a lot of Z's. You got 3 Z's on the board right now. He fouled that off 1 and 2 count. So let's reset for you. 2 on for the Sox. First and second base. 2 outs. They're up 6-3 here in the 5th. Yeah, I don't need to move my chair. I'm looking around the monitor to see the TV. It's not going to work. Okay. Outside. 2 and 2. This is the worst setup. Can you see the game, Producer Beth? Oh, no, you're not trying to watch the game. All right, here we go. 2-2, foul. Yeah, crucial the Braves get this inning over with without giving up any runs. We do not want this to get out of control again. Popped up. Still 2 and 2. Let me get this chat box back up here. See what y'all are saying. Chavez Ravine will be as polluted as the Ganges River if it doesn't get out of this unscathed. Two pitch. Outside. Tuesday Night Baseball on the Bone Crusher Show, sponsored by Beth's Treasure Hunt. Moderator at large, A-Bomb in the house. Sergeant Gibby's with us. David's here. Kecker's been here. Thanks for turning out. I'm trying to shake off the rust a bit. Oh, well, bad call by the ump goes in the Braves' favor. That's a strikeout. We'll have to see the replay. But we need a break. All right, Braves coming up to bat. So, yeah, Dogecoin... a couple of things, I guess, about Dogecoin. Right now, Dogecoin isn't really capped. Like, for example, a Bitcoin, there's a finite supply of Bitcoin. But Dogecoin hasn't been capped. So what happens if the market just runs flat, doesn't go up or down, Dogecoin is going to slowly bleed down. So it needs a lot of hype to go up. And last year, we saw it hit 74 cents on hype, and we saw a situation which, I mean, I didn't recognize at the time, but the market was so liquid with stimulus money and stuff that it just went nuts. The market went nuts. It was a hell of a bull run, and that bull run is over. We've been at a bear market for a few months, and I don't know when or if we're gonna climb out of that. It's gonna be a while. So as much as that sucks, it is a buying opportunity. Now, if they put a cap on Dogecoin, and Elon Musk, he's a huge supporter of Dogecoin. He didn't invent it or anything, but he's a huge supporter of it. This Doge One rocket that's going to be launching June 1st was paid for Dogecoin. So you know what? Hold some Doge, hang on to it. a lot of people suspect with the Elon's acquisition of Twitter, they're going to see Doge usage on Twitter as a tip method. That rocket. So, I mean, I'm gonna make sure I have some Dogecoin when that rocket launches off, because hopefully, if the economy is turned around and by June 1st, I mean, that's 3 weeks. I mean, that's not enough time. So, with that in mind, what might happen is you might see Doge spike during that rocket launch, but then the price will come back down for the two reasons I mentioned: the situation with the overall market and the fact that Dogecoin's not capped. So that, if that's the case, that could be a sell opportunity. But my insider Secret Fish said they are thinking about capping Dogecoin. So if you think about it that way, you're buying now at really cheap prices. In a few years, maybe never. Who the fuck knows? Okay, we're back to Truist. So let's get back to the game. Zuna at bat. The count is 0-1. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Braves down 6-3. And that's fouled off. Now we're always talking about food recommendations here on the Bone Crusher Show, and A-Bomb has just recommended Fanta pineapple soda. I'm not sure about Fanta. Is that what you wrote? Let me double check. Yeah, Fanta. Outside, 1 and 2. I mean, fructose syrup soda. The first half of it's probably pretty good. If I'm going to drink a pineapple soda, I'm going with Shasta. Inside, but Azuna fights that one off. The shortstop will throw him out. 1 away. I'd go for one of those cane sugar sodas if I could prefer a pineapple. You can, Producer Beth, you can use these if you want. You might. How do you use it? I mean, all right, turn it. Yeah, I'll give you just a sec here. Gotta hook Beth up with some Bluetooth. And that's gonna be out for the Braves. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hang on, Lorna. Alright, is it working now? Hello? Alright, I think we're connected. Hey, Lorna, what's happening? I don't think she can hear me. There's the Bluetooth. That's on speaker. Now some Bluetooth. Testing, testing. What's that? Now she can hear me. Alright, I'll give the headset to Beth, and congratulations on your candidate being elected. President Marcos fan over there. Alright, here's Beth. She's rolling her eyes at me. And a bag. I had to help producer Beth get her Bluetooth set up there. She's talking to her sister. They're both from the Philippines, and they've got a new president. They just had their presidential election yesterday. As I don't know, Braves go down swinging, and that's going to end the fifth. Nothing doing for the Braves. And the new president of the Philippines is Marcos Jr. Yeah, the son of former president slash dictator Marcos, who had martial law over the country. He was president for 7 years, and then he declared martial law at the end of his second term. Kind of what someone we know here wanted to do. But he did it, and he ended up running the country for 21 years before him and his family were exiled to Hawaii. And his son has just been elected president of the Philippines. Some say, most say, historians will say that Marcos Sr. had his rival assassinated. But the Philippines, there's a different kind of approach to that. They really don't talk about that. It's not taught in the schools, and it's probably best just to leave that in the past. I think the guy's name is Bong Bong. Is that his name? Bong Bong Marcos. That's his nickname. Philippines, a former American colony. They were under Spanish rule before that for 300 years. We're in a break right now, but we've got with the 6th inning coming up. I'm just checking up on your comments here. Gibby says we've been swinging at a lot of first pitches. Well, you do that sometimes when you're pressing, right? You're really pushing too hard. All right, Boston up to bat. And Matzik is the new pitcher for the Braves. Let's see his record so far this year. 0-1, a 5.59 ERA. Bradley Jr. at bat. And the pitch. That's hit hard, but foul. Home run distance, but foul ball. We know why A-Bomb is home early from the game. I call it. He went storming out into the field. I'm waiting for the day I see A-Bomb on TV running, running from third to home. I don't think A-Bomb wants to get tackled by security. Pulled foul. I don't know, A-Bomb, what's on your bucket list? Is running the field on your bucket list? The 1-2 pitch coming up. High, ball 2. Dick Van Dyke and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang after the game on TBS Tuesday Movie Matinee. That's low and away. All right, full count. That's hit foul, still full count. So A-Bomb has been onto the field before. He stormed the field for a Billy Joel concert. Yeah, I might storm the field for some Piano Man. Billy Joel, An American Treasure. I mean, we could probably name Billy Joel's hit songs for about 30 minutes straight. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Not even close. So 1 on with nobody out. Not how you want to start the 6th inning here. Got 4 viewers in the house. Welcome aboard. Make sure you smash the like. Crush the sub. I don't know. It's like now every YouTube video I ever watch, they go through that whole spiel. It takes them like a minute to get to the content. I'm tired of it. All right. First pitch to Hernandez is way up high. 1-0. Center fielder Kike Hernandez. Runner dancing over there in first. Throw back over to first. I mean, dude is literally dancing over there, doing the jig. I mean, he was... looked like he was line dancing on first base. Slita. The Slita Nation. You got a Slita t-shirt. Where's Goose 76 at these days? Is he still out there with his fingers half up his nostrils? Slita. Yeah, Slita said, I guess he is approaching 3,000 subscribers. Is that right? He's got a lot more than I do, so he's very knowledgeable. He's very passionate about his sports, his Atlanta sports. I mean, I think viewers, they pick up on that. They want that sincerity that, you know, that's why I don't have very many viewers, because I'm just a schmuck with a good voice. There's a strike. 3-1. You know, the Slita show is sort of, it kind of has the feel of Paul Feinbaum, except that Slita plays the role of Paul Feinbaum's callers. Yeah, Paul Feinbaum doesn't really give much of an opinion about stuff, but the callers do. So it's kind of got, and that's an SEC show, but just that similar kind of feeling of someone who's very passionate about what they're following. And there's a pop-up. Dansby has that. Out number 1. And he might only have 3,000 subscribers. When he watches live stream, he might not have the most. But definitely, I would say Slita viewers are as passionate and as loyal viewers. Those P1s, as we say in radio. He's got a strong P1 group there. Fouled back. 0-2. Now let's relive the top of the second, and there's a replay of that grand slam. Don't need to see that. I should be looking at the chat box. David Ortiz was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Do you guys think he had a better career than Andrew Jones? Great question from Keckerman. A-Bomb with very knowledgeable comments on that. I'd have to compare the stats. I don't know Ortiz's stats off the top of my head. Yeah, but Andrew is, I guess he's going to be one of those guys that are just on that Hall of Fame bubble. Maybe he'll get in, maybe he won't. He'll certainly be in the Braves Hall of Fame. 0-2 count. The pitch. Pop foul. So one on, runner on first for the Sox. Here in the 6th, they're up by 3. I'm going to pull up David Ortiz's career stats here. What are you drinking?
Milk tea. Put it in the freezer.
There's a strikeout. 2 away. So Boston has run on first with 2 outs now. Matzek trying to get out of this inning. He came in relief for Kyle Wright. How much of Ortiz's career was as a designated hitter? Because I do have a problem, of course, as a National League purist of a designated hitter. I guess you could have a DH, you could have one DH in the Hall of Fame, right? Who's the best DH of all time kind of stuff. Anyway, good question from Kecker tonight. Yeah, most DHs are former position players, right? Yeah, often a first baseman, because that's like the last place, a big, slow guy can play. All right, so let's see those career stats from Ortiz. Big Pape. Designated hitter and first baseman. A lefty. 8,600 career at bats. He had 2,472 career hits. That is pretty substantial. 541 home runs. 286 career batting average. He had a career 17 stolen bases. So if he was on the fence for the Hall of Fame, there you go. That's going to get you in. 1,700 career RBIs, 1,400 runs. Of course, those are just offensive stats. Let's take a look at some other stats on Ortiz here. But first, the 2-2 pitch to Martinez. That's going to go the other way. Right field, Acuna chasing it down for the out. Don't blow your Achilles chasing that down. That's going to end the top of the 6th. So in 1997, Ortiz only played one game as a designated hitter, but by the end of his career in 2016, he played 140 games as the designated hitter. And really, most of his career, he played more DH than first baseman. You got to go back to 1999 when Ortiz played more first base than designated hitter. And most years, most of his career, he had most games were definitely a designated hitter. So that does take away oh man, look at this. Games in lineup at a defensive position. So here, zero in on this stat, guys, on David Ortiz. In 2016, he played one game as a defensive player. And the previous 10 years, single digits every year. 2006, he played 10 games as a defensive player. And the most, his second year in the bigs, he played 70 games defensively. That was the most. I mean, most, yeah. So there's no defense there. That is, so if you're going to put him in the Hall of Fame, that's as a designated hitter. To say he was a first baseman, you know. So maybe I would. I mean, that does rub me the wrong way. Let's look at Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones' career stats. So Ortiz, offensively though, obviously a very stellar career. 286 career batting average, 2,400 hits, 540 homers, 1,700 RBIs. Right, we'll get to Andrew's stats in just a second. Adam Duvall at the plate. He chops that one foul. How many runs did Andrew Jones save with his glove? Good question, Keckerman. They do keep some stats, I guess. What are the stats they do keep? But, yeah, really, there's a lot of intangibles there, you know. Things that don't have metrics for anyway. And there is a strike 0-2 to Duvall. Ryan Brazier is your pitcher for the Sox. Comes in with a 2.70 ERA. Fouled off. 0-2 to Duvall. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the sixth. Braves down 6-3. So since that grand slam, we've had some trouble, but haven't given up any further damage since the second. Is that right? I believe my memory is right. So offensively speaking, Ortiz had about 1,000 more at bats than Andrew Jones. He had about 400 or 500 more hits than Andrew Jones. Andrew had 434 home runs. Ortiz had, 541, so about 100 more home runs. But 434 home runs is quite a good number, and that should be enough to get you in the Hall of Fame. And there's going to be a drive to center field, but the outfielder's got a beat on that, one away. For the Braves here in the bottom of the sixth. So Andrew Jones had a career batting average of 254. And I believe that was really later in his career that drug that down. That's unfortunate. So that's one thing, I guess, a negative on Andrew, is that 254 career batting average. 1,200 career runs. That's 200 less than Ortiz. Almost 1,300 career RBIs. compared to Ortiz's 1,700 plus. Ortiz had 17 career stolen bases. Andrew Jones had 152. And there's a strike right down the pipe. 1-1 to Travis DeMeritt. We'll get to A-Bomb's comment about less fat and out of shape guys in the MLB in a minute after we get through these few more stats here. And there is you'll notice a new feature that YouTube has now. I see it now. We didn't have this last season, but if you look on the YouTube video, I guess underneath the video, if it's not full screen, that's popped up. The third baseman's charging. Third baseman charges almost all the way to home plate and gets it. But you'll see a pair of scissors. You see that if you look, you'll see a pair of scissors. If you see the scissors and you push that, like if you hear me do a great call or say something funny, you hit the scissors and you can save a clip right then and there. So that's a new feature. I wish they had that. So, after the game, I can go back, watch it, pull highlights and stuff, pull clips much more easily than before. So that's a nice feature. So I'll go back and pull a clip of me talking about eating spaghetti while driving a car at 80 miles an hour down the turnpike. As Dansby Swanson takes a strike, 0-1, 2 out, nobody on for the Braves here in the bottom of the sixth. I think those are enough offensive career stats to look at. So comparing Ortiz to Andrew Jones offensively, Ortiz does have the edge. But Andrew certainly in stolen bases probably kind of makes up for that batting average a little bit. On base percentage, I'll look at that. 337 on base percentage. Ortiz had 380. But again, as Kecker mentioned, the guy had no defensive output. Andrew Jones, one of the most heralded center fielders in Braves history. So I think that's a fun argument to make. You certainly, Andrew deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And there's a walk to... Nope, that's not a walk, sorry. Swanson was just walking down the first base line to golf a ball out of the way. I thought he was going to go take a base. Count is 1-2 to Swanson, whose offensive struggles this year are notable. It's that one foul. That looked like a fastball he could not get around on. Have you heard Dansby's radio commercials on the Braves radio network? Let's see, it's sort of a take on those Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy or whatever on Saturday Night Live all those years. I can't remember what they called it. Wandering Thoughts with Dansby Swanson or some bullshit like that. I married a beautiful woman and I got this great new truck. Oh my God, it's all awesome. Oh, Obama's pulled his first clip. Look at that. I feel like there are less fat, out-of-shape guys in the MLB than back in the day. Well, A-Mom, that might change because now the National League has adopted the designated hitter. So now the pitcher doesn't have to do anything but pitch. And Dansby's going to hit that one deep center field, but out at the track. I mean, the pitcher of the future now is going to be probably going to look like some bowlers, It's going to be some big fat guys eating some pizza, drinking some draft beers, throwing 100 miles an hour, and then go sit the fuck down, right? I would much rather have a pitcher that has to hit. that has to be a more complete athlete. I mean, you look at Max Fried. Here's a guy that can run and hit and pitch. That needs to be rewarded. That makes a difference, you know. When the game's on the line, you have a pitcher that can make a difference, or even a pitcher who has a sub 100 average, who comes out there and makes a crazy hit, you know. That's fun. I love seeing, you know, out of shape fat guy pitcher stepping up to the plate and hitting one to win the game. And I guess they must have also, I'm just guessing, increased the size of the roster. There are more players now to accommodate that. Let's see if we can take a look at some of Andrew Jones's defensive stats, if I got much of that. Any access to that. Ortiz did play, I guess, 2 or 3 seasons more than Andrew. Well, I could get lost in these stats, but you know, to summarize, as a National League purist, I don't want to see a designated hitter get into the Hall of Fame unless you're going to have a special Hall of Fame section just for the designated hitters. I think you got to kind of put an asterisk by it. You got to say, yeah. On the other hand, if you're baseball, if you're the MLB and you have a designated hitter, you're good. Your view on that, if you're Major League Baseball, is that they're just as important as anybody else in the league, and they deserve that chance, that opportunity. I don't share that opinion, but Jackson Stevens in the game now out of the bullpen for the Braves with a 2.0 ERA. Braves still down by 3. Game not moving that quickly. It started off slow because of all the scoring, and it's just been moving at that same pace. We're now in the top of the 7th. And a strike. Outside 1-1. The Braves have not consistently found the strike zone. Their pitching staff tonight. Let me check out that clip A-Bomb posted. Outside. No, look at it. All right, yeah, that's a ball. 2-1. All right. A clip of me talking about clips. Okay, and I do hear a issue right away with my sound quality, so let me know if I've just fixed that. So hopefully there. That's a good way to do a audio video check. Fouled off the knuckles there. 2-2 count. Gibby, I think we're lucky just to be down by 3 at this point, to be in the game. But time is running out. That was a strike, but the ump did not call it. That was a great, I guess it was a curveball or something, but it just found the top of the zone. And unfortunately, you know, some of those missed calls have gone the Braves' way tonight, so that's the way it goes. 3-2 pitch, pulled foul. So that clip feature is going to come in real handy, A-Bomb, when we want to pull some clips to send to those top 10 market program directors. We know that, you know, a top 10 market program director is not going to sit down to a 2-hour show. You got to send him the clips. Strike out. All right, 1 down. One out, nobody on for the Sox. Here in the 7th, they're up 6-3. And let's go ahead and get a sound check. Let me know if my audio sounds as good as it could or should. And that's going to be popped up at deep center field at the track. Duvall's got that. Duvall playing center field. I guess I had in my head that he is a slow guy. Do you think they'll ever put Dale Murphy in the Hall of Fame? Oh, and I've just logged on to Facebook where I see A-Bomb has posted a picture of his 2 for $6 receipt at McDonald's. He is so stoked about that he posted that receipt. That is a recession buster. That's the McDonald's 2101 Duluth Highway in Duluth, Georgia. I think that's the one that I thought. Uh-oh, I'm going to steal your survey code. I'm going to take your survey code and go get a free McBullshit. 0-2 count to Story. Thanks for sticking with me through the game, guys. 3 more innings to go on my first broadcast of the season. All right, thank you for the audio check. Yeah, I like that clip feature because I wanted to pull clips. It's like I got to download the video, open up the some software, or if I use the YouTube Studio feature, all you're doing is you can edit out the front or the beginning. So basically, you have to turn a 2-hour show into 1 clip, right? You can't do it, which doesn't make any sense. That's not what it's made for. So this is really a very, very good feature. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, that's dusted him off. I don't know how Story got out of the way. Ooh, chin music. Oh, and that I get a note. I don't know if y'all can see this in the chat box, but it says clip joint. Shows that that someone has made a clip of my live stream. Or something like that. All right, enough about the new clip features. Who gives a shit? All right, 2-2 count to Story. Outside, full count now. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Stevens pitching for the Braves. And the payoff pitch. Strikeout. And that will do it for the Sox. All right, Gibby, we're going to start chipping away at that lead. 7th inning stretch, so let's get up and stretch our legs, get a drink. We'll be right back. It's the Bone Crusher Show and Tuesday Night Baseball, sponsored by Treasure Hunt, Beth's Treasure Hunt. We're going to get a new URL for that one. The old treasurehunt.ga doesn't work. You could probably Google it. I bet I could Google it. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right, Acuna at bat. 3-1 count. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out, nobody on. Braves down by 3. The pitch. Foul. Full count. A-Bomb is switching to the bedroom Roku TV with no chat. This will energize me into doing a live stream soon. Yeah, you can watch this on Roku. Now, if you right, if you watch my live stream on Roku, you can't chat. But that's pretty cool, though. You can watch this on Roku. Acuna fouls off the ball. What would have been ball 4, right at the knuckles. He knows he should not have swung at that one. And I've gone the whole broadcast, my first game back, without mentioning that it is the defending world champion Atlanta Braves. Waited a long time to say that. And Acuna is going to take a ball. That probably a break for the Braves. So yeah, as Gibby pointed out earlier, the umpire's missing some stuff tonight. All right, first baseman Matt Olson at bat, nobody out, one out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th, batting .265 on the season. 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. And he's going to hit that one fair to right field. There's a nice long single, and Acuna goes all the way to third from first. He had a walk just a moment ago. So the Braves have the tying run coming up to the plate. And everything's on the verge of going Gibby's way. Yeah, he beat the shift there. They had the shift on, which, we talked about earlier. Next season, the shift will be banned. Because we don't want to make hitters, go the other way. Swing and a miss. All right, it's Austin Riley. 7 home runs on the season. First and third. The pitch. And he checks his swing. Does not go around. That looked like probably a slider there. I feel like whenever they throw a slider to Austin Riley, I have to mention that for some reason. The 1-1 to Austin Riley. Catcher setting up outside. And it is outside and just misses the plate. 2-0. That was a tough pitch to lay off. And after the game, make sure you stay tuned for the TBS Tuesday night movie. A replay of Shitty Shitty Bang Bang. What other crap did they run on TBS after the games? All right, the pitch to Austin. He does swing at that outside pitch and fouls it off. 3 straight balls, though, really. The pitcher not finding the zone. And they got a couple up in the bullpen for Boston. So whether you're watching on your Roku device like A-Bomb or you're here on YouTube, I want to welcome everybody in to the last 2.5 innings or so of Braves and Boston, live from Atlanta, Georgia. Austin Riley could tie it up with 1 swing. We're down by 3. He's going to pop that one up, and it is out of play. But Austin Riley in a bit of a slump lately. I think he's like, 1 for 21 or some crazy number like that. But we do have 2 on. First and third, Acuna over at third. Pitcher takes a sign, checks the runners, kicks and fires. And Austin Riley hits that one to right field. That's going to be caught for an out. Acuna tags. Here comes the throw home. Acuna does not tag. He goes back. I don't. You got it. That's got to be the Achilles. They're like, don't push it. That is disappointing. Did I read that wrong? It wasn't super deep, but it wasn't that shallow either. Well, so it is still 6-3. That is disappointing that we didn't get a run there. First and third, one out. Ozuna. He takes inside pitch. 1-0. Marcel batting .212. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. The sac fly still on the table. I'll take a sac fly here. We're only in the 7th. Ozuna is going to hit it hard. The shortstop can't field it. And he's safe at second. Or he's out at second, safe at first. Runner should score. Do they hold? Yeah, Acuna does score. And an RBI for Ozuna. So the Braves get one. The Sox could not turn the double play as the shortstop can't get a handle on that sharply hit ball. Actually, looking at the replay, he did a great job of collecting himself. He does a 360 spin, somehow finds the ball and gets it to the second baseman. So that I'd say that's probably not going to be an error on the second baseman because it was a sharply hit ball. He kept it in front of him enough to get the out at second. So we're lucky it wasn't. I mean, it was with Ozuna running, that could have still been a double play. And seeing our lineup here on TV, usually I watch it listen to it on the radio, and our batting averages, seeing that up on the screen is kind of sad. I'm really disappointed in these batting averages I'm seeing. So Ozzy steps in with a 225 average now. Ozuna barely over 200. Austin Riley struggling. And the pitch to Ozzy in the dirt, gets away from the catcher all the way to the backstop. Runner advances to second. Ozuna moves up. So now we've got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs on that wild, wild pitch. And Ozuna did not hesitate to take that base. And he's not wearing 1 but 2 oven mitts. He must have a ham in the oven. Pulled foul. Abam, I thought, I'm going to have to think about this. I thought I had a solution in my head about that, or let me see. No, it's still going to be a problem. Yeah, unless you pay YouTube extra. And there's a deep fly ball to the track, but that is going to be out as Bradley tracks down. Long out from Ozzy Albies, and that's going to do it. But the Braves get one back. It's now 6-4. Is Atlanta slowly chipping away at that 6-run lead? All right, we are on a break now as we are getting ready for the 8th inning. Yeah, we got to come up with a solution, that YouTube issue. We need a solution for that, a free solution. How do we fix that? I'll think about that. I got some ideas of what we could do about that, but nothing tonight. Okay, we're in a break. Braves down 6-4. Boston coming up to bat. We got a few people in the house tonight, so thanks for joining us on Tuesday Night Baseball. The Bone Crushers' first broadcast live in 190 days. So I'm excited to be back, the original play-by-play reaction show out of Atlanta. I'll use this time to take a little 420 break. I think this thing's almost cashed. So that I got a refill kit. So instead of buying the vape carts, you can buy a refill kit for cheaper. Just refill your old carts. So that's a money-saving thing they got going on here in Florida. They also give you discounts with your SNAP. If you have a SNAP card, you get 10% off your medical weed. And they give you a lot of rewards points. So, you're constantly getting discounts there, too. Let's get they're showing us a replay of the race against the Flash. Here's Flash outrunning another slow white guy. I was always a slow white guy, so that guy... Usually when you see a tall, slender guy, he's probably can run a little bit. I think Adrian could have outrun that guy. I don't know, what's your 40-yard dash at these days, A-Bomb? And that's going to be pulled to left for a base hit. So Boston's got a runner on first here in the top of the 8th with nobody out. A.J. Minter. Minter is coming in for the Braves. I guess this is now the 3rd year, so he's been basically our setup guy in many instances. A couple years ago, I took a look at him. I said, this guy has the potential to become a closer, and he did close some, but he never could solidify that role, and now we wonder, will he ever? And there's a nice strike down the pipe. A good fastball from Minter. 0-1 to Vasquez. But hey, if you're a career setup guy in the MLB, that's probably that's still a pretty fucking sweet gig. Now, is he doing that hanging arm thing too that, what's his name, our closer a few years ago used to do? And that's in the dirt. Runner's going to advance. All right, there's an error on Minter. Or was that a pass ball? I'll have to see the replay. I forgot already. Yeah, that's in the dirt, but... So the Sox... Man, we did not need that shit. So the air gets the Sox a runner in scoring position. Their catcher, Christian Vasquez. He's got 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Foul ball. All right, Braves defense playing pretty straight away here on Vasquez, who's 1 for 3 on the night. Minter delivers, and again, in the dirt in front of the plate. Minter, what's up, brah? Minter's losing his shit right in front of us. Two count, runner on second for the Boston Red Sox. Swing and a miss. So down goes Vasquez, 1 away. I was thinking about that 2 for 6 special A-Bomb got tonight. I still don't think I could do it. I don't think I would. I've thought about eating 2 at a time. But he did point out he didn't have any sides or fries with that. But I think fries are the only side you can get at McDonald's. But yeah, good call. At least leave the fries off the table if you're gonna eat a Big Mac and a quarter pounder. I mean, you probably ate over a half a pound of meat right there. 5 slices of bread, because they got 3 pieces of bread on the Big Mac. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 97 miles an hour from Minter. Probably about 50 grams of fat. Producer Beth says fat is fine. Well, there's about 1 or 2 grams of trans fat in a McDonald's hamburger. Checks his swing. 1-1 count. That was just high for Minter. Bradley batting for the Sox. He's 0 for 1 on the night. He must have had some walks. Low and away. 2-1 to Bradley Jr. But if you enjoyed that Big Mac, they may have the same offer at your McDonald's. If you use the app to order, you get a free Big Mac. No strings attached. You don't have to buy anything else to get it. Minter takes the sign. Comes set. Kicks and fires. Fouled back. That got the camera well shaken. 2-2 count. So how are you ordering your food these days, A-Bomb? Are you ordering online? Are you using an app? Are you using the kiosk? Or are you at the drive-thru? I don't know if anybody goes to the counter to order anymore at McDonald's except for people 60 and over. that don't know any better. Minter fakes the throw to second. Yeah, I'm a kiosk guy. I use the kiosk. That's fouled off. Still 2-2 to Bradley. Runner on second for the Sox. One out here in the top of the eighth. The Braves have an error on the inning that allowed the runner to get in a scoring position. Swing and a miss at the high heater. And down goes Bradley Jr. And that's two away here in the top of the eighth. Keckerman. I love questions, so keep the questions coming. So, Crusher, will we have to wait another 190 days for the next broadcast? No. I don't know when the next Braves national game is, but I'll be doing some ESPN and TBS games. I had to wait like 3 weeks for this one. I missed the first Braves game on TBS this year. And that way outside, Minter having control issues tonight. But unfortunately, I've decided that I'm not going to try to do games that aren't on TV where I'm like going to some pirate web page that's showing me some bullshit stream with a bunch of pop-up ads. That's outside. 2-0 to Hernandez. And I was getting some Marlins games on the Bally Sports channel here, but swing and a miss. 2-1. That was a good pitch. What I do is I use so when you log into your Roku, A-Bomb, and you go to, say, you want to open up the ESPN channel on your Roku, you're at some point going to have to sign in to prove that you have a cable subscription. So that's what I do. I use my sister's account, and she no longer has that channel, that Bally's channel. And even if she did, I would get stuck with a lot of Marlins games, but that's still more Braves than I get now. So if you haven't set that stuff up on your Roku, that you can really get all the channels you get on your TV package on your Roku, so you'll enjoy that. Hey, Claw. And there's a pop-up to right. Acuna and the center fielder Duvall collide a little bit there. Acuna tried to call him off, but he is a center fielder. Duvall at center tonight. But that ends the top of the eighth, so the Braves get out of that situation. Sox leave the runner on second. I'll have to check and see when the next nationally televised Braves game is. So I did some re-gifting a few weeks ago, and I'm kind of curious if you guys think this is acceptable. I took a gift card like to a Barbarito's restaurant. At first it was like a $25 gift card. I used it for dinner, and it still had like $12. Still had enough to go get a burrito and some chips and some queso, right? And I put it in an envelope, and I gave it to my mailman, my postwoman, as a gift. Is that okay? I mean, she's going to get a meal out of it, but she may when she looks at the receipt, maybe she'll put two and two together and say, "Oh, this is a half-used gift card." You know, I certainly wouldn't do that to somebody I really know. You know, to a family member. Here's a half-used gift card. You know, happy birthday. Here's a half-used gift card to a shitty taco place. Here's a half-used gift card to the Quick Trip. You know, you're going to get a free visit at the Hot Dog Island. All right, Braves coming up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. And I have not seen any more push notifications from the crypto exchanges, so I'll presume there's nothing too drastic going on at the moment. And maybe we'll talk a little more crypto during the intermission after this inning, as Bobby Dahlbeck comes in to play first base for the Red Sox. All right, it's Travis d'Arnaud, who had a 2-run homer earlier in the game. He takes the first pitch strike right down the pipe, and Gibby was like, "Don't swing at the first pitch." Should have swung at that first pitch, right? That was right down Main Street. My name's not John Schneider, pitching for the Sox now. And if you have any other questions, be sure to put those in the chat box. Inside out, and a diving defensive play by the first baseman, throw over to first in time. So they made the defensive switch at first, and that seemed to have paid some dividends right there. May have saved a base hit. That's the replay you want to see. I want to see this replay. And the first baseman playing halfway between first and second, right in that hole, makes a good defensive play. And in the right spot at the right time, too. Analytics sometimes, maybe. And Keckerman with some good questions tonight. He must have had these saved up. Yeah, was everyone shocked as Keckerman was to find out about Freddie Freeman not being signed? Another inside-out swing from d'Arnaud that's going to go. I'm sorry, another inside-out swing. This one from Duvall popped up to first base again. So this guy comes in and plays first base, and so far he's made 2 outs. I know a lot of people watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I have not really followed that. I'm ashamed. I feel like everyone is in on it but me. So, but first I need to answer Keckerman's question before I ask if anyone's watching that. And there is a strike to Travis Demerit, 0 for 1. And if you missed today's Braves trivia question, what Atlanta Braves player circled the wagons in a game a week and a half ago against the Texas Rangers? That goes outside 1-1 to Travis Demerit. The answer, which we gave out a couple times already, so if you want to get, I'll give you a second. If you didn't hear it and you want to guess, you can type that up. I don't want to take that fun away. If you can ask a trivia question to give people a chance to answer it, right? Foul tip strike. 1-2 now to Travis Demerit. But the answer is Travis Demerit. There you go. That's high and inside. Ball 2. The other Braves trivia question, if you missed it, what Atlanta and the Braves trivia questions I've been doing for work are all very recent games. Here, let's do this pitch first. That's hit foul. 2-2 to Demerit. 2 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Braves down by 2. It's 6-4. And what Atlanta Braves slugger struck out 3 times Friday, caught looking each time. That answer is Austin Riley, who's in a slump. A lot of Braves batters are in a slump right now. And Travis Demerit's going to strike out. That's going to end the 8th. You don't follow it either, so producer Beth Sergeant Gibby doesn't follow that Amber Heard trial either. But I think even though I bet everybody in America now knows what taking a grumpy means. Is that the right term, producer Beth? Drop a grumpy. Yeah, I think that just has entered the. I mean, obviously it was already in the American vocabulary at some point, but I'd never heard that expression. But I guess everyone now knows what that is. If there is a positive that's come out of that trial, that's probably it right there. And if you don't know what it means, you can ask in the chat box. Otherwise, I'll presume everybody knows what it is, and I don't need to say it because it is pretty disgusting. And producer Beth with the puns. There's a lot of money in puns. Puns. Well, the game is about over with. We got one more inning to go. Going to the 9th. Braves down by 2. And hey, if back in the 2nd inning when they had that grand slam and it was 6-0, if you and I get tired of people framing the questions in the way I'm about to frame it. But if you had told me in the 2nd inning after that grand slam that we'd only be down by 2 in the 9th, I'd take that. That sounds like something fucking the Braves announcers would say. Meaning that was a pretty stupid comment by me. Yeah, we didn't answer Keckerman's question. Yeah, I think we were all sort of expected Freeman to get signed. Wasn't expecting that, and it was certainly kind of weird when we first played him. And didn't he have a home run at his first at bat? That was his first home run of the season and his first at bat against the Braves, and he got a home run. Is my memory right there? Tyler Thornburg. That sounds like a soap opera doctor name or something. Dr. Thornburg. The Thornburgs today on CBS, right after General Hospital. Now it's this guy again, Mr. Grand Slam, Mr. Double. Two and 0 count. Top of the 9th. Nobody out, nobody on. And Thornburg pitching for Atlanta. And there's a nice strike inside. Two and 1. Pulled foul. And Mike chimes in, it was Freeman's choice, though! Exclamation point. Why did he decide to go to L.A.? Was it the contract wasn't enough? I know Atlanta is a little stingy, right? Run by a bunch of bean counters. But that's a great take, Mike. I appreciate that comment. And there's a ball in the dirt, and that's going to send a runner to first. As Thornburg can't find the plate. You know, if you watch the movie For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner, you know that kind of comes up, Mike, where you know Kevin Costner talks to his teammate and says, you know, how much money do you need when the guy leaves the team, when he leaves Detroit in that movie, and how many millions do you need? You know, how many Braves players have left for a little bit more money and probably regretted it? All right, J.D. Martinez at bat, 0 for 4 on the night. He's got a runner on first and a 1-1 count. And that's going to get roped into left field for a base hit. So in trouble here in the ninth with nobody out. Yes, Thornburg getting destroyed there. That was not a cheap hit. That was a solid hit. Yeah, the umps made a lot of bad calls tonight, and some has gone our way, some has gone the Sox way. So at least I guess if you can find any silver lining in a shitty umpire, is that he's not showing favoritism. He's just not doing a good job. I'd like to get Sergeant Gibby's take on that Freddie Freeman question, because Sergeant will not mince words. He'll shoot from the hip. All right, Boston's got a chance to seal the deal. And there's a good pitch from Thornburg. Good changeup. Swing and a miss at that. I think fell about 2 feet. Missed the strike zone. Let's see if he follows that up with maybe a fastball here. Let's see what he's got. I haven't looked at the radar gun on this guy. I haven't looked at his pitches, what kind of stuff he's got. Let's see. Another nice curveball. Duvall's charging it, diving attempt, but he cannot come up with it. Bases loaded. Why is he playing center field? So Duvall, a sliding attempt. Just kind of an awkward angle, an awkward landing, something a little awkward. Yeah, he's kind of trying to backhand a diving, and he should have had it. He should have had it. It went off his glove. It went off the palm. Oh, that is a terrible break right there. Bases loaded with nobody out. So, in addition to Thornburg getting hit, that's probably going to be an error on Duvall. Whew, man. We got within 2 runs. And the wheels on the verge of coming off. Mike obviously frustrated and a little bitter with Freddie Freeman. Hey, I don't blame you. I love people with those kinds of opinions. You know, fuck millionaires. But yeah, the Braves front office a bit stingy. So I guess you want to feel like you're getting what you're worth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting what you're worth, I suppose. I mean, it's going to be like football where, you know, a couple of guys get all the money. Like, you know, the Falcons' offensive line, we're never going to get anywhere with the way everyone else's contracts were. We're always going to have a suspect O-line. Two and two count. Sox got him loaded. Way upstairs. Thornburg all over the place. Full count. Bases loaded. Nobody out. You gotta get lucky right here and just get an easy pop up to shallow. Oh my God. And that's ball 4. We just walked in a run. Unfucking believable. And Snicker's got a sour face. Wow. Thornburg hasn't gotten out yet, and if you don't pull him out now, you might as well just leave him in. No matter what happens. Are they giving up? Are they not going to pull this guy? Get him out of there. What are you doing? I was certain we'd have some comeback heroics on my first game back of the year. Oh, come on, ump. A fantastic pitch, actually, but called ball. The pitch outside, another ball. Oh my God. Skippy going off on Snicker again. And there is a foul. Wow. 2-1. Mike's wife says to let Swanson pitch. You know, if they get any more runs, you might see a position player come in and pitch. And that is hammered to left field. How many runs are going to score for Boston? It is 9-4 Red Sox. I mean, just roped. I mean, Dansby, I in a slow replay, it looks like something he could have jumped for, but that was hit so hard, you could tell that Dansby was also, his natural instincts of not getting hurt took over. But absolutely smoked. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat box. And there's another. Fuck me. All right. So that's an out. But runner advances. So Acuna makes a pretty good running catch there in the corner. That small corner there. There's no space outside the foul line. I mean, you can't. That is a weird kind of. I never, I guess, noticed that how small that outfield area, that foul territory is out in deep right field. I mean, did they squeeze that in some more? But if you're playing outfield, you should be able to run as hard as you can inside fair territory. But in that situation, you have to start pulling up and slowing down so you don't hurt yourself, because there's no room. There's like 5 feet, 4 feet, maybe one step outside foul territory there in that little corner. So the one out now, finally. Runners on first and third. Sox up 9-4. Sergeant Gibby says, this is hilarious. Snitker, he's got the build of Roger from American Dad. Roger the alien? That is an hilarious character because he's got like this voice of Paul Lynde. A-Bomb probably remembers Paul Lynde, the 1970s comedian. He was always like on the Tic-Tac-Toe or whatever what was that fucking game? Celebrity Square or something? Hollywood Squares? Circle gets a square or whatever. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. And that's popped up to right field. This could be out number 2. Holy shit. Runner tags, runner stays. All right, so still 9-4. Yeah, but if you're a Paul Lynde fan, the character Roger on American Dad is a bit of a knockoff of Paul Lynde, so a delightful character. That's a ball called a strike. Wow. Thornburg's still in. He's got 30 pitches here in the 9th. He's given up 3. There's probably that Duvall error too, so I don't know if those are all earned runs, but he got hammered. And that's a pop-up. Austin Riley has that. Top of the 9th is done, finally. Braves now down by 5 as Boston adds 3. Going to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Braves. Yeah, Mike, we really dodged a bullet there. I'm enjoying reading y'all's comments, as my phone has 5% battery power. Braves struggling to play 500 baseball. But it's way too early to worry about. We're not that far out. I mean, we're fine, really. What are we going to be? 2 or 3 games under 500 now? I mean, last year, how did we start last year? Didn't we have a pretty rough start? And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But yeah, this sucked. This sucked. That to come back from 6-0 and to blow it like that in the 9th there, and Snicker leaving him in. And all the Braves, I mean, Minter was having trouble with control. I mean, Kyle Wright gave up 6. But after the grand slam in the 2nd, we got through the jams. It was ugly, but we got through them until then. All right, we're in a break now. Let's see if we can get a quick crypto check. Overall, all right, we're coming back to Truitt's now. We'll do the crypto check after the game. Dansby Swanson at bat. He takes a strike, looking there. And that kind of sums it up. When, as Gibby said earlier, we're swinging it at the first pitch, and they're getting us there. Now we're not swinging at the first pitch, and they are getting us. It's like one of those days. 0-2 count to Dansby. Well, the Braves were off yesterday, but I guess was that a travel day? Or were they? I think they were off yesterday. Well, let's see if Swanson isn't easy out here. 1-2 pitch. He fouls it off his leg. Man, I'm getting hungry. I think I could eat that 2-for-6 deal that A-Bomb was talking about. He ate a Big Mac and a quarter pounder in one sitting. I wouldn't do it, but I'm thinking I could. Now I'm almost hungry enough. Here comes another 1-2 to Dansby. Fouled off. Dansby hits it well, but that's going to be caught by the center fielder, out number 1. My name's not John Schneider. Still pitching for the Sox. All right, back to the top of the lineup. Ronald Acuna. Batting .289. The pitch. And that's a strike. First pitch strike again. Yeah, TBS likes to show us the defensive alignment, so I guess I appreciate that. We don't get a whole lot of camera shots of the defensive alignments, and all the camera guys are usually all focused on getting really great shots that look good on TV, but you can't really see what's going on. Acuna swings and misses. One and two count. Just miss. Ball two. One out, nobody on. Braves down by 5 in the bottom of the 9th. You knew it was going to be a long game when A-Bomb turned around and went at McDonald's. Cunha fouls that one off. I mean, if you leave a game early, the last thing you want is for the Braves to come back and win, right? I can hear Skip Carey now talking about the people are turning around, they're coming back to the stadium. When the Braves make it impossible, come from behind, win. Swing and a miss, down goes Acuna. And back in the 80s, those were really rare, especially in the 80s, but I was there, I would listen to every out. I would wait till the very end. So when that did, on the rare occasions, happen, that was a lot of fun because a lot of people would leave the game early. And they're turning around in their cars and coming back to the stadium as Andrew Jones shows some speed. Another first pitch strike. So maybe we need to swing at one of those first pitches because those are coming right down the pipe. I don't know if our managers are telling them not to do that. I mean, how much do the managers decide, swing or don't swing on the next pitch? That's fouled back. I'm sure guys like Freddie Freeman got to, have a lot more say-so if they're going to swing or not than other guys. But are the managers telling the Braves don't swing on the first pitch? I mean, maybe in general in the MLB, swing and a miss, big cut, and that's going to do it. Game over. They will play game 2 of a 2-game pit stop tomorrow, same time. I will not be able to bring that game. That game is not going to be on ESPN or TBS. But it was good to meet you, Mike. Thanks for coming in. I'll be doing more. I do just Braves, so if you're a Braves fan, this is Braves country. I'm not one of those guys that jumps around from team to team. Been a Braves fan my entire life, and we'll have some more games this season. The games that they do, the national coverage games I do, and our moderator A-Bomb will hopefully be returning for some more games this year as well. All right, let's get that post-game crypto check. So I didn't get any notifications, so and it looks like things are fairly calm at the moment. But we saw how many straight days, I don't remember, but it was just day after day of red, just down, one downward movement after another. So let's get the current price of Bitcoin now is at 31,400. It had dipped down to 30,300 yesterday, and a lot of people are hoping that was the floor. That was the flush. But it's been a bear market. I mean, we could easily flush. We could easily go down further. One more bad piece of financial news comes out, and we're going to be like the Braves. Ethereum at 2,370. So that's pretty low. That is pretty low as well. It's come down a lot. It was at about 32, 33 just a month ago, 6 weeks ago. And Dogecoin at just under 11 cents. But remember, Doge One is on the Falcon X rocket that launches June 1st. So we're looking for a Dogecoin spike, coming up to June 1st. And let's just, if you're listening, A-Bomb, if that happens and you're looking to take some profits, that will be a great opportunity. Anybody that wants to sell, I would say when that rocket is launching, because if there is a big hype moment, when that moment is over, we will see a sell-off. You'll see a big downward movement. All right, y'all didn't come to talk crypto, so you came for the Braves. Disappointing results here in Atlanta tonight as the Sox come away with the win, but the Braves at it tomorrow, a fresh new game, and a chance to start turning things around here. Get back to playing 500 baseball. But on the positive, it was great to see Sergeant Gibby. Got to meet Mike. Heckerman was here. Talked Big Macs with A-Bomb. Hope I'm not, I'm sure I'm leaving some people out on the thank yous. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here from Panama City, Florida. For producer Beth and our moderator A-Bomb, this is The Bone Crusher Show. Sorry we're ending on a bummer. I'd be a lot more hyped if things had worked out better. I'd be have a lot more energy for that. That's too bad. But good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back.